My name is Jessica and I have no idea what I'm doing. Today I'm going to be testing out the Nubian Royal palette from Juvia's Place. It is just about to be golden hour. I'm hoping that it will either pass quickly or that I will be able to get my makeup on fast enough without being disrupted by it. So I really like the outer packaging. I think it's really pretty, even though it doesn't exactly reflect the colors on the inside. You know, there's no like yellow orange kind of thing. I ordered this maybe around Christmas, and you know, I have so much stuff I haven't gotten to it yet, so I'm going to test it out today, and I'll probably do a second look with it just so I can use all the shades. I am going to start with my BH Cosmetics brush with a 3 on it, and the shades do not have names, but apparently only these two are intended for the eye area. The rest of them are not. Well, that is assuming we're going this way and not this way. So I'm going to start with this lavender down here. Or is it a lavender? It looks very beigey taupey, actually. So I guess we'll find out. I'm going to start by using that as my transition shade. Oh yeah, okay, it's coming off lavender now. I have this eye primed and the other eye not, as per usual when I test out new eyeshadow. And I'm really kind of wondering how this is going to go, because I don't know what video is going to be up first, but spoiler alert, possibly, I tried the Wahala 2 palette, and I didn't think it was as pigmented as other Juvia's Place palettes, and I thought there had to be more building up, and I wasn't as impressed with the wear or the application. So let's see what happens here. I can already tell you I have to build this up. I'm just gonna clean my brush off and blend that in a little more. I guess it's going all the way up to my eyebrows. Then I'm going in with my IBY crease brush, and no, here comes the sun. And I'm gonna go into this shade here. Kind of matches my shirt. And I'm going to put this in the crease. Just so you know, my eyeshadow primer has not been set. I feel like I never liked this color on me, like a red purple. And I cleaned the brush off, and I'm just gonna blend it out more. Did you see that? Basically, I put it over here, and when I started blending, it just started like blending away. Now this one doesn't have any eyeshadow primer on it, but yeah. I don't know, is anyone else having these kinds of issues with the newer palettes? Or is it just me? Alright, I'm gonna have to stop until the sun goes away. Alright, golden hour has passed. I didn't want to add this purple yet, but I think I'm gonna have to because I want to put the pressed glitter, and I think I want a deeper crease for the pressed glitter. So I'm gonna use my BH Cosmetics brush with a 6 on it and go into that deep like violet. I think I'm gonna like that one a lot, or I hope I am, because it's a nice true purple, blue purple. And I'm gonna put that really deep into the crease. I don't know how much of it we'll really see later because of my hooded eyes, but so far I'm liking the look a lot better with this. I like this color a lot better. I think that's also partially personal preference. and it's definitely performing better on the eye with the primer. Alright, now, pressed glitter. Here's the pressed glitter. I don't know if you can tell, but it has a few different colored glitters in it. It's mostly like a gray purple, and then has like some, I don't know if they're actually like, say, blue, peach, pink, or if they're like iridescent and they change. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna start by just putting that on my finger. That is very pretty. And just putting it on my eye. Oh, I like that. You know, that's lighter than I expected it to be. And I think you can see the different colored glitters in it. So to finish up this eye, I'm going to take my Too Faced Mr. Right Liner Brow Eye Brush and go into that red purple again. And I'm going to just line close to my lower lash line with it. Then I'm taking my BH Cosmetics brush with a 5 on it and going into the very pale lavender. And I'm gonna just blend that out a little. I have to say, I feel like I don't really see this shade on my skin tone. I don't know if it's just not pigmented, or like I said, is it a skin tone thing where there's just not enough contrast? I'm not sure. So definitely curious to see this on someone with a deeper skin tone. I'm gonna take my IBY crease brush cleaned off just to blend this a little bit out here. And you know what I did before? I took, off camera, I took my Too Faced Mr. Right blender eye brush, and to get rid of like the little glitters that were stuck over here, I kind of just brushed them away a little bit, and it worked for most of them, so that's pretty good. And then I took this little brush I have from Wish, which basically looks like the BH Cosmetics brush with a 5 on it, but a little smaller, a little denser. And I took the glitter, and it picked up pretty well, and I just put a little bit in the center of my lower lash line and kind of blended it out a little bit, just to try something a little bit different. The other eye applied better, I don't know why. And just so you're not confused where the little extra purple came from, this is Colourpop's Cream Gel Liner in Piggy Bank, and I put that in the waterline. We are going to find out if I'm allergic to it or not. No! No! So disappointed that I have to wear a mask tonight because I really like how my face makeup came out. But anyway, here's the deal. I really like the glitter. I really hope it wears well. And I like that deeper purple, you know, that one, of course. But I wasn't really impressed with those two. I will be doing another look with this, and I'll make sure to use those as well, just so you can see everything. So for now, I'll let you know how this wears, what I think of it, and I'll see you for the next look. And by then, I will have this off my face. Okay, popping in for a tiny update. It's been about 20 minutes only, and that one, I don't think you can see it in the camera, but this one here is starting to crease, which I'm not surprised. Alright, so this makeup has been on for about 9 hours, and I figured, you know what, it's probably better that I show you what happened instead of trying to describe it. So we have this eye here, which has creased here. Not terribly. I've definitely experienced worse. And then this eye is definitely worse than the other eye, which is not surprising because this is the one that did not have the primer. mean, I think overall it wore pretty well. I think it's still wearable at the end of the night. Alright, so today I'm going to do a second look with this little palette. I have this eye primed and this eye not, because today I'm not going to use the glitter, I'm going to use the shimmers, so I want to see how they do without a primer. I will say, I mean, I know it's a pressed glitter, but I feel like the glitter was a little more difficult to take off. And you can definitely see my eyes are stained, but that's probably from the purple pigments. And it did say that like 4 out of the 6 of them should not be used on your eyes. So today I'm going to start with my IBY crease brush, and I'm going to go into that deep violet matte. And I'm just going to put that right in my crease. And then I'm going to clean that off. And I'm going to try using the lavender to blend it out. So I'm going to work backwards today. So that definitely warms it up a little bit and blends it out. So interesting, on this side without the primer, I feel like it's kind of blending itself out, but it also took more building to get it to this intensity. So that's interesting. See how different they came out? Then I'm going to take this interesting shade here. It almost looks blue. I don't know if you can tell. It's almost like a deep navy or maybe like a black shimmer with blue shimmer in it. Let's see what it looks like. Oh, it's, I don't want to call it a duochrome, but it's like a plum with like a blue sheen. That's interesting. So I'm gonna put that then on the outer and inner thirds of my eye. That's interesting. Could probably use this in the crease as well. Then I'm going to take this shade over here, which is a deep purple shimmer. Ooh. Okay, so these are not how they appear in the pan. Again, I don't want to call this a duochrome, but do you see what it's doing? Like, it almost has a gray-blue base, and then it's like a purple shimmer. See how different that looks here versus here? That's gonna go in the middle. See what these two are doing? Again, not exactly duochromes, but there's definitely some differences of, I don't know, pigment versus the shimmer in them. I don't know. That's nice. I like that. Definitely some interesting colors in here. For the lower lash line, I'm going to take my Too Faced Mr. Right eye brush, the liner brow one. I'm going to go into the deep violet matte. And I'm going to run that across the lower lash line. And then I'm taking my BH Cosmetics brush with a 5 on it. I'm going to take the lavender and just blend it out a little bit. So then I'm just going to take my IBY crease brush cleaned off and try to blend out a couple little areas that I think need some cleaning up. Okay, so just so you know, I put Colourpop's Charmer in the waterline, so you know where that extra little purple came from. My opinions are changing. I have to say, I really do like the two looks that I came up with, even though, I mean, everything is basically kind of mid-toned, but I do like the tones of the shadows. I mean, there's true purple, there's blue purple, which we all know I like. I mean, these are purple. Like, if you don't like purple, this is not for you. If you're not in any way, shape, or form trying to get into purple, this is not for you. Also, I went into the bathroom where the natural light is, and that one that I put in the middle looks more like it does here when I'm in the natural light. So it's changing yet again. I hesitate to call it a duochrome. Is it still a duochrome when it's going from like warm purple to cool purple? I don't know. But I'm going to swatch these for you. So that first one, that is so interesting. The second one here, the plum. This one is less shimmery, less metallic, but still pretty. There was a Colourpop Super Shock shadow. I have it somewhere that's kind of like that. Issa, maybe? Then there's this guy here, which we know I like that. Then there's this one, which, you know, that's the warm pink purples are not my thing. Then this guy here, I don't know. I think it might be maybe a skin tone thing, maybe a personal preference thing, or maybe that one is just like, maybe it's just a blending shade. Like maybe it's not that suited and pigmented for like, you know, a crease shade, or I mean maybe a lid shade. I didn't try it as a lid shade, but it's possible. And then there's the multi-dimensional glitter. So yeah. And I'm popping back one more time just so you can see what the makeup looks like at the end of the day. Really they look about the same. You can see that the shimmers did move upward into the crease and kind of like over the matte shadow that I had there, but they didn't really crease even on, that was a great view up my nose, even on this side that didn't have the primer. My makeup's been on maybe 8 or 9 hours, and I was just out playing in the snow. So I do wish there was like a little more variety in the palette itself. But that being said, I like the looks that I came up with, and I did get it for a good price. I think the palette is usually like $12 or $15, and I got mine, I think, for $9. So I'm pretty happy with it. And this kind of redeemed Juvia's place for me because I don't know what video's going up first, but spoiler alert, I wasn't totally thrilled with the Walhalla 2 palette. I think I mentioned that before. Alright, that's it for today. I hope you have a good day no matter what it is you're doing. Bye. See you next time. Hi, my name is Jessica, and I have no idea what I'm doing. Today I'm going to be testing out the Violets palette from Juvia's place. That's not true. I wanted to test the other one. Also,